Dark Horse is sort of – it's in the same realm of darkness, but I really liked it for some reason. And I sort of liked it while I was watching it, and then Todd Solondz got up on stage and said something about it that just made me love it. And what he said was, this is my take on the Judd Apatow sort of man-child genre.
Oh, I remember that.
And
yes.
that was the moment where I was like, oh, this guy's a genius. Because it's about this guy, and he's 30s, lives at home with his parents, works for his dad. Well, works. He sits in the office next to his dad. He doesn't really seem to do any work. There's this very amazing scene where his dad's played by Christopher Walken, and he's like, "Do you have those spreadsheets?" And he's like, everything anyone asks him to do, even if it's the most reasonable request, is like this huge request. Like no one else in the world has ever heard this request before in my entire lives. This is awful. I can't believe anyone would ask me to do that.
Is this where they got in the shouting match in the office? Yeah.
Yeah. And so this goes on for 2 days. And then the secretary who's kind of got a crush on him does the work for him and is sort of hands it to him, it's just and this is the day before he's quit. Yeah. He's thrown down the hammer and is like, I shouldn't have to take this. And he quits. And then the next day the secretary, he comes back in, of course, because he didn't really quit. And the secretary hands him the material, and he walks into his dad's desk like, hey, I got the spreadsheets done. It's like he doesn't get it. This is just one of the most loathsome characters I've ever seen on film. But for some reason, I really liked this movie. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I was rooting for the guy or I was just waiting for him to fail more. I don't know what it was, but Selma Blair's in this as well. Selma Blair is the love interest. He meets her. He asks her to marry him immediately before they've even gone on a date. And, of course, she says no, but then she turns around and says yes for, really screwed up reasons. And it just keeps going on and on. I think now to think about it, the reason I liked it so much was the music. The music is like this high-octane, over-the-top pop score where it's like stuff. And after the film, I asked Todd Solondz about it, and he's like, well, this guy sort of lives in this American Idol world where he feels like even when he's failed, he still deserves that music that plays you off the stage. Right. And I was like, that's perfect. Because all these dark things are happening, but every time this guy's walking around, it's the music he listens to. Yeah. It's the music that's playing in the background. It's all in his head, and it's just this high-octane, feel-good pop music that is sugar sweet, I really loved it. I loved it. Very fascinating film. A Place for Film is recorded at WFIU Studios in Bloomington, Indiana.